Yo, what's going on, fellas? It's your boy the Bus, and we back in the building with episode 2 of the Bears Den. Man, it's been a pretty decent season so far, man. It's a major adjustment between the Madden 20 and the Madden 19, man. So we still adjusting, we still trying to find our way. Um, it's the season is still a long way from being over, man. So we still kind of like in the hunt, for the, to still be crowned the king of the North. Right now, I think we're in second place behind those cheeseheads or whatever you want to call them, man. But for the most part, we doing pretty good, man. We still trying to find our way with this offense and this 3-4 defense. So, like I said, I think we in week 7 right now. I haven't played my week 7 game yet, but I just came off of my bye. So let's kind of look back at week 5 where I played. I think I played the Raiders, man. Played the Raiders. So let's look at some of these stats from the game. I actually won that game 34-20. Stats wise, I didn't do pretty bad. I didn't do that bad. Rushing yards, I had like 182, passing 163 with a total of 345 yards. 2 turnovers, but I forced 4 turnovers, man, which really helped me prevail and get the W over Force in those Raiders, man. I was a little timid because I know he has some great weapons over there, man. You got Jacobs, the rookie. You got AB, who was actually hurt, but I think he brought him back 1 week early to play against the Bears. He didn't have too much. He didn't really make that much of an impact, but just his presence on the field, man, is a player that you got to always know where he's at on the field. He played AB. I seen Renfro make a couple catches. Shout out to my boy Renfro from Clemson. Tyrell Williams. So 84's got a pretty decent. He got a pretty decent team over there, man. I expect him to compete in that AFC West. But I think for the Bears, man, in that game, I had a couple of big plays from the rookie David Montgomery, Stephon Denmark, the cornerback, and as you see right here, it's a couple plays. Matter of fact, here goes Denmark with the pick 6 from off of Derek Carr. And then you got a couple plays from Montgomery. Right here, he was almost, there to break that tackle. He would have been gone for a big run. Another carry from Montgomery right here, man, as he gets into the red zone. And then you finish up with Denmark with his second pick of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, the rookies played well this in this game versus the Raiders, man. Hopefully they'll keep it up and make some noise, make their name known in the DML and in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let's move on to our schedule, man. And as you see, I played the Packers week 1. Played the Packers week 1. Played the Packers week 1. We lost. We played Denver week 2. We won that one. Then we played Mr. Hitstick under. Not Mr. Hitstick under, Mr. Nah. Because that's what he going to give you when you asking him for a trade of a player that you like. He ain't even think about trading him. He going to be like, nah. So we lost the under on some crazy hit sticks and fumbles, man. Then we moved on to week 4, which was a home game, and we played Ralph O'Matic and the Vikings. I think we gave him a donut that game. So donuts on us. And then we played 84s in week 5 and got that W. Like I said, we coming off our bye week in week 6. And the next home game is versus Marizzi and those New Orleans Saints. I think the Saints have only lost 1 game. So that should be a very interesting matchup for the Bears. But, we home, so we got the home crowd on our side, man. They're going to be yelling and screaming, so hopefully that'll help us, try to get that victory over that high-powered offense in New Orleans. So, man, let's look at the overall aspect of our defense. You know what I'm saying? Our defense is really what we depend on. It's the staple of our team. So let's just take a quick look at the defense. Difficulty right here, but hey, we back at it. So instead of looking at the defense, let's look at the offense. So, offensively, man, as you see, my record is 3-2. Offensively, we doing all right. We averaging about 322.6 yards per game, passing 204, rushing 118. Now, normally, y'all know how I like to play. I like to run the ball. So normally, you see that those numbers swap. You normally see higher rushing yards than passing yards, but because of the Bears offense that's catered to the run, our passing numbers are a lot, higher than our rushing yards right now. But points per game, man, we averaging like 31.8, which is decent. Nothing really to complain on right there. Red zone percentage, this is a great number right here, 94%. Attempts 18, conversions 17. Now, I don't know right offhand like how many of those conversions are touchdowns, but either way it goes, you're getting points. You'd rather get the touchdown versus the field goal, but you got to get something when you're in the red zone. Now, the third down percentage, we really need to work on this. Like, I think being under, being under 65%. Nah, that might be too high. Being under 60% is kind of low. Like 43%. I gotta get that percentage up if I want to continue to compete in the DML and keep my crown as the king of the North. So this is something that we got to work on here, man. And as you see, that's the Bears' offensive stats. You know what I'm saying? So let's slide on to the defense. Defensively, we're giving up 250 yards per game, 141 passing, 114 rushing. Points per game, we're giving up 23. For the Bears, that's kind of high, but we're also averaging 31 points per game offensively. So, as long as you're averaging more offensively than defense, you're kind of in good shape. But I want to see that number come down a lot more, so I can have that little gap in that little comfort zone when I'm out there on the field, knowing that my defense is only going to give up maybe 10, 14, 17 points versus, as you see on the screen, 23. Turnovers. The Bears are always built and known for creating turnovers. Interceptions, we got 13. Fumbles, we got 10. Now, slide on down to that number that you see right there where it says sacks, 15. This is a problem for me, especially coming from the Bears. Like 15 sacks, man. That's a very low number for the Bears. Now, let's not forget, Bosa has like over 20 something sacks right now. Mac, returner, I'm still waiting for his return. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for Scooby-Doo in his game to show me where the real Khalil Mack is, because right now, in week 7 that we're in now, Khalil Mack only has 5 sacks. 5 sacks. 5 sacks, man. I can count on one hand how many sacks he got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 fingers and a thumb equals 5. I don't know what's going on, but Khalil Mack should have way more sacks than that. Not sure what's up with that, fellas, but we have got to get Mack sack production up. Unless, well, there is no unless, because I'm stuck with him with that big contract that he signed. So, man, it's just mind-boggling that he only has 5, and you got cats like Geno Atkins getting like 8 in one game. You know what I'm saying? You got Bosa up there with 20 something. You got Myles Garrett up there. You know, you got Fletcher Cox up there. All these players are not better than Khalil Mack, man. I don't know if my defensive coordinator is just not using him enough, if he's moving him around too much, but we're going to figure it out. And we're going to get that sack total up. So, you know, we're not going to keep you here long, fellas, man. This was the Bears Den, episode 2. So I told you I'm going to try to at least do 3 per season. This is the second one, and this comes at the midpoint where we're in the DML. We're at the bye week. Well, you know what? We just passed the bye week. We're in week 7. So I'm going to try to at least do 3. 2 you already got. This is the first one was earlier at the beginning of the season. Then you got episode 2 here. So I'm gonna push to get number 3 out maybe around week 14, week 15 to see if we're in that playoff hunt. But until then, man, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next show. Stay tuned to the DML. Hey, subscribe to the channel, man. While we keep bringing you the Bears Den and giving you inside information on the Bears in DML.